Hey guys, it's Mana here. Before we get started with today's video, I kind of wanted to tell you guys a story. I don't normally talk about my job on here, not very much. Like, little details here and there, but nothing specific. Last Monday was so stressful. We had to change the schedule up a bit so that way someone could have Monday off. And so I was doing the deep cleans all by myself. And the phones would not stop ringing. People wanted to drag me all over the store, and it was just me and one of my managers. It was chaos. It was hard to get anything done. And then, I got a line of people at the register, and this couple comes in, and they've got this huge bag of dog food, the biggest size we sell of this particular brand. I'm not going into specifics, but she comes up, the woman from the couple comes up, and she's like, well, I bought this a couple days ago, but then I got this 15% off coupon, and I want to return this and then rebuy it with my coupon. And I can't do that. It's against company policy. I have to have the coupon at the time of the purchase. And she starts screaming at me all this profanity, and there are other people in line hearing this, and she's just screaming and yelling at me, and she goes, well, I was going to come back and get 2 bags, but I guess my money isn't worth anything to you, so I'll just take my money elsewhere, and throws this 30-pound bag of dog food down in front of the register and storms out. The woman behind her looks at me and goes, she must not have wanted her money back too badly because she didn't even let you refund it. Oh, yeah! I just had to tell that story, though, because it was just like, wow. Anywho, I'm done rambling. We can start the video. And we're back with more Lost Girls Diary. Let's just jump right back in. The story is about the Black Hand. The very same? Precisely. Squeal, squeezing Stopia's hand. I still don't know how to say his name. Sorry. Fiddles with the candy wrapper. My classmate was there. He saw the Black Hand. And we wouldn't lie about that. 2 years ago, my friend David went to a camp. Only the ace students from all over the country could be in the camp. David? Yes, David Schnippelson. Do you know him? No. Why didn't you go there? I didn't want to. Not worth much, I see. What? So, the camp was surrounded by a tall fence. Guards were on watch 24/7. No intruder had a chance to get inside. The adults keeping watch outnumbered the children. And all of a sudden, things started going missing around the camp. It was small at first. Badges, candies, pens, and crayons. No one cared because it was normal to not return things amongst geniuses. But then money, books, even clothes were disappearing. Only then they realized that there was a thief, or maybe a band of thieves, working in the camp. For not only children had been robbed, but adults as well. Guards had been trying to catch the thieves at first, but once they failed, they called the police. The police had been staying in the camp for a week, setting up traps, interrogating the staff, but to no avail. Meanwhile, the stealing continued. One day, guys from the troop had found a way to reveal the perp. They secretly rigged up a TV camera and set it up in their room. No one else knew it was there. They placed a wallet in front of the camera, hid in the next room, and watched the wallet through the TV. They had been waiting for a long time and got tired of keeping watch. They got interrupted and missed the moment when the wallet was stolen. It had been there just a moment ago. The next night, they installed a recorder in the room with the camera. In the morning, they placed a video game instead of the wallet and got back to their activities. Well, obviously they placed something else other than the wallet because the wallet was gone. In the evening, the video game was gone. The recording they watched showed them a black hand appearing from nowhere, taking the game and vanishing into the air. The guys ran out looking for adults, leaving one of them to guard the camera. But once the police came back along with the guys, the recording was gone. The camera was broken and the boy was dead, with black fingerprints all over his neck. The police didn't believe the boys, suspecting them as the murderers. The boys were arrested and driven to separate rooms. But the next morning, they were found dead, with the black fingerprints on their necks as well. The entire police department had been assembled in the camp. Scared parents were taking their children back home while those kids who stayed tried not to be alone. The stealing didn't stop. Now it was furniture, chairs, shelves, even couches. The Black Hand had gone mad and it was stealing everything. When a girl went missing, 3 of her friends from a chemist club got up to take their revenge on the Black Hand. They built a bomb, planted it in a drawer, and asked David to install a detonator so it would trigger as the drawer opened. There was nothing to it. All he had to do was... whatever. What was next? In a couple days, they heard an underground explosion somewhere around the camp. Excavators had been brought. They dug through and found an abandoned bomb shelter stuffed with the stolen things. And in the middle of the explosion, they found a piece of some equipment and a boy's body torn apart with the explosion. Identification was hardly possible. His hands were black with paint. The body parts were taken away by the military, as well as the equipment. They promised that no one would ever tell a thing. No! The screaming. I just don't feel like doing it. Sorry. What? My candies are gone. The Black Hand took them. Relax, Nastia. You ate them yourself while you were listening. Really? I didn't see that coming. Boy, you are noisy. Fine. Now you're going to listen to... Hold on. It's Olya's turn now. How come? Really? How? Because we don't have any more candy. Does it have something to do with candy? Ignorance is bliss. Begin, Olya. Forest Lights, Part 5. Okay. There's an abandoned pioneer camp deep in the nearby forest, fenced with a barbed wire rotten by time. It used to be the biggest camp in the area, until a mind-bending thing had happened there, so the people fenced up the camp with a couple lines of the wire and forgot about the camp forever. However, I found a camp leader's diary in our library. I wonder, why was I the first one to find it? I shouldn't tell what was written in it, but I can't resist telling you. It's gonna make me insane if I don't. Hands off. But this one is so spooky. Then why don't you give Stopia a hug? He is already getting it. Come on, Stas. I can hug the both of you. Sure thing. I mean, no, I feel fine here. Segway! Suit yourself. The diary belonged to Oksana, the leader of the first troop. The record says everything was alright for the first half of the camp. Children were having a good time, falling in love, and breaking apart. Oksana herself had fallen in love with the camp leader of the third squad, but the feelings weren't mutual. Half the diary is full of poems about her one-way love and sketches of the one she was into. But it changes in the second half. Just listen. Olya takes out a book with a ribbed sticker and drawn flowers on it. Rabbit? Is that what it's supposed to be? Rabbit sticker? whatever. I don't know what a rabid... I know what a rabid squirrel is. The 20th of July. The terrible heat continues. Anton asked me to take his squad to the lake before I take mine, and I couldn't refuse. Man, is he handsome when he smiles. My squad wasn't happy though, but I let them go off an hour past curfew. July 21st. July 21st. We have a situation. Dasha Startseva has been missing since the morning. Her stuff is in place, and Katya told me she saw Dasha last night, going to the bathroom. We found Dasha. She fell into the old well behind the warehouse. To my surprise, she was safe and sound when we took her out. A lucky girl. On the other hand, she hasn't said a word ever since. I hope she'll be fine. She must rest in the infirmary. Ireda Pavlovna. Sorry, I'm terrible with Russian names. Called Dasha's parents a lot, but no one answered. During the lineup, Anton lectured me on how to look for the children. I was about to burst into tears. Why was he being so rude to me? 22nd of July. Petrovich and the guys from the 5th squad built a huge cover for the well. Now it's finally safe. Dasha is not speaking yet, just lying in her bed, silent. Maria Potapovna spoon feeds her. I'm sorry. Ireda lets no one out of the camp, including Anton, whose grandmother passed away yesterday. 23rd of July. We are going to see Dasha today. We made a wonderful bouquet for her, and a card with our best wishes written on it. Something is wrong with Anton. He had a quarrel with the principal this morning. The rest of it was written with a different hand. All of a sudden, I felt like I was out of my body, watching myself from a different viewpoint. I hear a blunt slam after he pushed me right into the well. It doesn't hurt, though. But I feel sad. A green, bright spot in the sky reflects in the puddle on the bottom, and I see it coming. A shooting star, I think. I should make a wish. The spot shines even brighter. The green sparkle is closing in on me with the speed of sound. It stings me and casts me back into my body. Now it's the two of us in the body, me and the star. The pain is back, and my neighbor doesn't like it. The little green sparkles starts beating the way my heart does. It is growing inside my body, filling every single cell as if it was an empty vase. The vase is all cracked, however. The green light is getting loose through it. The star bangs in anger, and the rifts on my body fade away like snow under the sunshine. I feel good, so I curl into a ball right in the humid, stinky hole. Too bad I can't see my companion. I can only feel it burning in my chest. The star wants me to get out of the pit, but I don't care. The only thing I want is oblivion. The star is not going to give in. It's thrashing around inside, and I pity it. It warmed me at first, but just a moment ago it moved up my shoulder out of the sunken part of my body. Poor thing, how unlucky it got. I can't stand. I see a small shard of sky above me. Now it's being blocked by some figure. And now it's not. This flickering annoys me, so I close my eyes. I feel someone taking me up, awakening old memories I am hiding from. All this happened to someone but me, while I was just being a spectator. The show is about to end, and Now it's a fireball instead of a tiny star, growing bigger inside me. It is not a friendly companion any longer, but a gruesome warden watching over me. He forces me to eat, causing pain in the stomach. He forces me to go to the bathroom, stinging my feet. Okay. The rest of the time it lets me rest obliviously. The fireball is not growing bigger anymore. Now it is training my body to follow its commands instead. And I do as he commands willingly, otherwise the fire will burn me out. All I need right now is a little bit of rest. Right now, the fire bends down my neck. A nurse comes in. She drops her tray with plates on it, so porridge and blueberries scatter all over the floor. The fire flashes up as I see a beam of green light striking Maria. The nurse comes out while the beam is tracing her. I look at the flies gathering around the porridge as long as my companion is playing with his new toy. The entire council enters my ward. The camp leader, along with the girl from my squad, carefully go around the mess, whispering. I see both Oksana's pitiful face and the fear seizing the others. They look at me as if I am an exponent of Kamara. Their words are full of false sympathy. Their presence disgusts me. The keen rays of green pierce into their heads, swift and silent. Then they go out of the room, kicking the shattered plates and trampling the blueberries. The flies are back again for their feast. Dong! One of the rays scattered around with a melodic jingle. Right away, the peaceful dreaming fireball has woken up. He throws me off the bed. I go out of the infirmary, unable to resist its pressure. But I don't want to. Dozens and hundreds of rays are following me along the way, right to the targets only they can know as I follow the way my star shows me. We slowly make our way around the camp while the green rays fill the air with their shine. Ding, 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 dong. I don't know. All of a sudden the rays are breaking apart, which is so spectacular and beautiful that as I stop to look at it, the fire is of no interest to me anymore. I look at the world around me, illuminated by the emerald light. Alas, their number is running out. It's about a dozen of them now. The fire grows wilder. I burn out and am reborn from the ashes, only to burn out again. I am the phoenix. My clothes have already turned to dust. My walk leaves only smoking footprints and charred grass behind. I come to the gates and see him. He lies scratching the ground, trying to escape the camp. The beam that connects us is barely pulsing, about to scatter. I come closer and wait. Now it's finally gone, leaving nothing but green sparkles on the floor as he freezes. The flame pushes me ahead, but I am not in a hurry to leave. Why me? What have I done to you? What did I do wrong? I ask the dead body, but it is not about to answer. The pressure is getting unbearable, so I leave. I try crying, but the tears are fading as fast as they leave my eyes. Whispering its goodbye tune, the last beam scattered. I stop in the middle of the alley, leading to the square. I want to lie down, but the firestorm keeps pushing me ahead. We approach the pioneer hornblower statue, then to the paddle girl. Finally, the gigantic monument of Lenin gets my attention. I stretch my hand to it as the fiery gush of light is absorbed by the statue. I follow the path to the woods out of the camp, leaving only dead people and the glowing monument of the chief behind. The only things I kept are this diary and the little star deep down in my heart. That's it. Boring. Oh yeah, how did you manage to read in the darkness? Throws the diary at Stas. Goes through the pages. It's empty. Smiles. Lisa puts her hands on Stopa's waist. Well, you two are getting cuddly over there. Sasha puts a rolled bedsheet under Nastia's head. Oh, Nastia fell asleep. Yay. Asleep already? Yep. If only your stories were more interesting, you would make a fine writer. But your tales kill us with boredom. I thought it was good. Finally, it's time for a real scary story, not one of your knockoffs. Prepare to tremble with fear, for now you will hear about the Red Eyes. Lots of red and black in this story. Anywho, I'm out of time for today, so we'll pick back up with this next week. I'm excited. I hope that the stories continue getting intense. But I'm logging off now. I'll see you guys later, and remember to do something nice for a stranger today. You may just save a life. Bye!